So don't listen to me, I'm apparently full of crap. 20, 40, 60. Well, good afternoon. How are we all? I'm good now that I've been paid. If you didn't see my post from last week, I was supposed to be paid on Friday the 14th of July, but it is now Thursday the 20th of July and I have just gotten paid. So this week has been an involuntary no spend week. That's what I meant to say. So I finally picked up my wages. I need to get cracking because I'm massively behind. We need to split this out into the next 5 weeks. I could even make it a 4-week month now, to be honest, because I've gone a week without getting paid, but I don't want to mess up my budget. I don't want to go back and change it again. So I'm just going to roll with it. So we have €1,510 here at the minute. We're going to count this out and then get stuffing because, yeah, we have lots to do. Food shopping to buy, bills to pay. So we'll start counting this out and then I'll explain what happened. So we have, I'm gonna actually put some of this down because this is hefty. Okay, so starting with our 20s, and these are actually really nice 20s. This one is the scabbiest one I have, but these are all beautiful, so very happy with that. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 20, 40, 60, 87, 20, 40, 60, 88, 20, 40, 60, 89, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. That is correct. I was worried when I went to the bank today. So I changed my bank account last month and I was worried when I went in with my teller slip that the woman in the bank would be like, get a life. But she wasn't, which was really nice. She was actually really nice about it. And in fact, I had requested some 50s and she was like, oh, I don't have 50s. Are you okay to take 20s? I was like, that is not a problem. We love small numbers around here. It's so much easier to stuff all your envelopes when you have small numbers. I only ask for 50s out of a courtesy. So for our 10s, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So that's 260 in 10s. And then for our 5s, I have some scabby 5s in here. I always feel like the guy from Toy Story. I can't remember which Toy Story it is, but when Woody needs to be fixed up, is it Toy Story 2? Woody needs to get fixed up and there's a lovely little montage of this man, I think he has a mustache, and he's mending Woody. I feel like that when I get back from the bank because I have to bring up some fibres into the operating theatre, tape them up, and I mean it's a service to the country really, but who mentioned it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 200. Is that 200? Yeah, it should be. I'm gonna put these down because it's getting cramped. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. That's incorrect. What have I done? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. What have I done? I counted this. I always count it before I come home from the bank because I'm completely paranoid. So I know there's 1,510 in here. So I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to split some of these into the next one then. Yeah, I'm going to leave that be because I know it's correct. I do not leave the car park without recounting the money just out of fear. So, and I also watched her count it like twice as well. So I'm not concerned. I know there's 1510 in there. So what we're going to start with then will be what I need to stuff for the month, which isn't usually much, but I'll get that binder first. Actually, there's nothing I'm stuffing for the month this time. I think last time I made a mistake. So this time we're just going straight into splitting everything into 5 weeks really. So yeah, that's all I have to do today. Okay, I thought I had so much more to do. Okay, so what we're gonna do is week one always gets a little bit more money because this includes my fuel money and it also includes a buffer for the month. So I need 14 20s, 6 10s, and 10 5s. I think that's correct. We shall see. So, okay, it's probably easier if I just take a chunk of these, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But what are the chances of that? Wow. And then, what did I say? 6 5s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I know I said 5s, I meant 10s. You know what I mean. And then 10 5s. So I'm going to put that down for a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this should add up to 390. Oh, straight fiver. Back in your assigned seats there. Yeah, so you can see, I don't know if you can see a bit of a glare on this one, but whenever I get home, I'll just tape up anything that looks like it's not going to last. Not that I'm doing anything to them that'll make them rip, but I don't know. It's therapeutic to me to go through all of the notes, and I make piles of, like, say this one would be like in a good pile, so that's a good looking 20, and then I'll make a pile of like slightly battered 20s, so that's a slightly battered 20. So if you look at the two of those side by side, you can see one's quite crispy and the other has seen better days. So I then order them for counting because it's easier to, when you try and count a battered note and a good note together, they tend to stick, whereas the ones that are alike just slide right off each other. So that is why I do what I do. And then yeah, the tape also helps because you don't have little corners that are catching everywhere. So just in case you're interested. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 93, 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90. That is perfect. Brilliant. Okay, so that can go into week one. So what happened with my wages? So I said in a previous video, one of the things I did this month or in the past month to try and save some money was I changed my bank and I closed down my bank account with the other bank because I felt like they were just charging me too many fees. So I went and did that and gave work my new information. I'm just going to check what I'm supposed to be doing here. So it's 9 20s for this one, 5 10s, and 10 5s. Okay, so yeah, I gave them my new information and I gave them about a month's notice to change over that information, but apparently I processed it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I put the information in incorrectly, so the system didn't take it, and payday came and went, no money. They sent a manual payment to me to try pay me my wages, and 3 days later that still hadn't shown up. So when I went back to check, I rang my own bank and they were like, oh, we don't accept that sort of payment that they've sent. And I was like, oh god. So I went back and they processed it again, but a different way for me, which they're actually really good about it, thank god. But yeah, so that's why it took so long for me to get paid. But hey ho, we are paid now and we can get on with it. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have closed the other account so quickly because it's caused me a little bit of hassle this month, I won't lie. Some of my direct debits, it wasn't even that I had direct debits set up that bounced or anything, that didn't happen. But some things that I had some places had my details, and when they realized the details changed, they like knocked off certain plans and stuff, which is a bit of a nightmare, but however, so this should be 290. No, 280. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 2, 210, 220, 230, 235, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, whoops, 75 and 80. That's perfect. Yeah, so that's what happened with that. Now everything's sorted now. Payments should come through to the account, no problem, next time. So that's fine. But all I can say is thank God I'm going on holidays next week, because, or not next week, next month. Because if I wasn't going on holidays next month, I would have had no money in that account to cover the bills that I was supposed to be getting paid. And it's nobody's fault but my own, but yeah, could have been a little bit more disastrous than it was. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. May have too many there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's my fiasco of the week. Also, I feel like everything I had a video up recently of how I saved money on my bills this month, and everything I mentioned in it, something went wrong with it this month. So there was the changing of my bank account, there was the thing that I was talking about where some people had my details and knocked me off plans. I had mentioned in the last video that my energy provider allow you to do this thing called level pay, where they split out your last 12 months of energy usage and they divide it by 12 to give you an average. So basically I pay a little bit more in the summer now, but I pay less in the winter because it's all even. And because my bank details changed, even though I don't actually pay by direct debit, I always just top it up before the money comes out. They knocked me off that plan. I had to sign up for it again. And then the other thing was my health insurance. So in that video, I also mentioned that I changed my health insurance to be a bit cheaper, and it came out at the normal amount. So I had to ring them and they were like, oh yeah, no, that kicks in from August. So yeah, so don't listen to me, I'm apparently full of crap. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92, 10, 20, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, and 80. So that's been my week. Has anybody else had anything mental happening? And on top of that as well, actually, I should probably say, I know I said it in the last video, but there's so many newbies here. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you're enjoying. I'm not normally this negative. It's just been a bad week. But please do share any details of how your week has gone. I'd love to see. I love reading the comments. I love replying back to them. I just love this community, to be honest. Everybody's just so friendly. I cannot count and talk at the same time. 5, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. We should have our 280 again. I'm very excited today because we're going to be starting the savings challenges that I showed you last week. So that should be loads of fun. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92, 10, 20, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80. Great. So in theory, all that should be left there is 280. Heavy emphasis on the theory. We'll find out now. It feels so good to be putting something in envelopes. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 92, 210, 220, 235, 45, 55, 65, 75, and 80. Nice. Okay. Okay, cool. So that is everything I have in here. I have a little bit of extra money just from a late birthday present, so I'm going to put that into my 100 envelope challenge. So I'll do that separately because I have a few things that I need to do, and it's just easier for me if I split them up. So I think that's everything for this video. It's a short enough one just to get the wages into the binder. Oh god, she's thick. So that's everything in there now. So stay tuned for the next video because I'm about to go straight into stuffing my week 1, even though there was only 1 day left in week 1 before week 2. But it is what it is. So thanks so much for joining, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.